Oh, yeah, we should turn that off. Do we turn it off? Here, hold the camera.
Okay. You can turn it off. Are we on?
Yeah. It's good that you
Oh.
take your nose hairs because you're so up close
Yes.
with the camera.
All right. Yes, I am very close up. Okay, here we go. All right, there you go. You can hold it, dude. I'm just a talent.
I'll stand you.
Technical support.
Yeah.
You know?
Hi.
Hola.
I kind of want to hold it at a better angle.
You want to hold it at a better angle? I
Yeah.
got this thing. We didn't hook it up yet, though.
You got
This
it's
is-
got a
yes,
thing for the.
I got a thing. Look at this. Got this.
I'm not showing people the box of that. People can be like, "Dang, they're running a sham over there." This is a
We
sham.
had to do it. You know, that's it.
Hey, how you doing? I'm Jenny Boom Boom. Hi. Hola. This is Vic. He's my some of the time boyfriend, and this is Bad Marriage for Life.
It's summertime. It's 7:14.
It is summertime.
Yes, we would have been on earlier, but Jenny let me know that I had a lot of nose hairs and stuff.
Oh my God! So we sat down. It was like I thought they were going to like grab me and like bring me into his nose.
Yes, I had to go clip them.
Like, but you have the trimmer for your nose.
Yes, I had
yeah.
the trimmer, so I had to do it. I didn't want it to be in the camera to be like windshield wipers on the
I
screen.
pull mine, and Linda Reynolds is always like, "I can't believe you pull them out of your nose the way you do with the tweezers." But I get a lot of personal satisfaction from pulling each nose
The
hair.
pain.
Yeah, it's the pain.
Yeah, so, and there's nothing worse than like talking to somebody up close and you're like looking at them and you're right there and you can just see.
I know who you're talking about right now.
What do you mean? I'm not talking about anybody in particular.
Yes, you are.
No, I would never do that. And so, you know what I'm
Do you want me to say who I think you're talking
No,
about?
I don't know what you're talking about. No, I don't want to.
Because you know I know who you're talking about.
No,
All right, you have to turn sideways because I
just
can't
talking-
accommodate too much.
I'm just talking about in general. Like, you know, if you're out and about in the club, you know, or you're out in the supermarket or wherever you're at, and you're just talking to somebody, and then they're really right next to you, and you can just see the nose
hairs.
Yes, the nose hairs just start popping.
But it's been good kind of with the pandemic because like the mask,
Yeah.
like you're supposed to have it over your nose. Not everybody always wears it over their nose, but
Yes, and so
it's been good.
My father, and so
That's who I was going to tell you. I was going to say. Your father has a real problem with nose hair.
Yeah, so my father's in his late 70s. And so,
That's not an excuse because your mother said it's always been an issue.
Yes,
That's not an excuse.
His late 70s. So one day, I'll tell you the funny story. One day I took Max and Sasha to go see him.
Those are our kids. Those are our kids.
He
Yeah.
still, you know, he still lives in the Bronx.
Yeah.
And stuff, you know. So I took him over to see him, and he was like, driving up. And Max was standing on the sidewalk with me, and Sasha sat in the car. So Max went up to him, and he looked at him, and Max just looked, and then he ran back to the car, and he said to Sasha, he was like, "Sasha, he's got a lot of nose hair."
Yeah, it's gross.
This is my 7-year-old saying it, so it was hilarious.
7-year-old, he's 9.
No, just happened.
Oh, when he's 7. I was going to say, like,
Yes.
damn, Vic, you just, okay.
No, I didn't
Yeah.
forget. I'm on point and stuff. That's
Okay.
it. The story happened 2 years ago.
Oh.
And stuff, you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
it was just hilarious. You know, but yeah, you gotta make sure.
They trim the nose hairs.
Yes, and stuff. It could be a problem.
A lot of men, as they get older, get a lot of hair in their ears as well, and it's kind of disgusting.
Yeah, I don't have that problem yet.
No, you just have like a lot of stuff on your back now.
I got a lot of back stuff.
There's a lot of back hair all of a sudden popping up.
I got a Jerry curl.
That
growing
wasn't
on
there
my-
before. It's
my
it's pretty
back.
gross.
I got a Jerry curl growing on my back.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
One side, my right side of my back is a Jerry curl. The left side is waves.
Yeah. It's crazy. But like all summer,
beautiful
I have
thing.
looked like a 70s porn star because I haven't gotten to my girl to wax because I don't feel comfortable doing that.
Yes.
And so there's been a whole situation happening with that. So, and one time I was in the pool. And Vic was like, "Yo, can you like expand your bathing suit a little?" And I'm like, "What are you talking about?" He's like, "Yo, you got a lot hanging out." And I was like, "Oh."
She was pulling the float with it.
No, he said one day, he's like,
tangled up with the float. I had to go get the clippers.
he said one day that I was,
Get her out.
he said I was tripping over it. Yeah.
But we're in the middle of a pandemic, so
Right.
you know I understand and stuff. You know what I mean? Things,
Yeah.
things are unlocked.
Things are a lot different than they used to be.
things are unlocked.
I used to be like really on point with that.
Yes.
Now I'm like, nah, I'm good.
You know, so
Who cares?
we're okay though.
It is what it is, yeah. So an incident happened today where I forgot my water bottle at home, and I realized I filled it up, and I realized when I got to the station, like, oh man, I remembered everything. I was brought a couple pieces of watermelon, some snacks, right? So while I was on the air, and so I called Vic like, I don't know, 2:15 or so, and I'm like, yo, Vic, did I forget my water bottle? And he's like, oh yeah, I see it. And I go, all right, cool. I said, can you please bring it down here to the station? Now, mind you, we don't live far from the station. Okay, it's not that far. So I said to him, I said, can you bring it to the station? And he's like, well, you can't go to the machine. I go, no, I don't think they've even been restocking the machine because no one's really in the station. You know what I'm saying? So I asked him, and he's like, yeah, I'll be there at 4.
Wow.
It was 2:10.
It was 2. See. First of all,
Hold on.
Wait, you're lying because you just said it was 2:15 when you started
2:15.
the
It was
story.
2:15.
Now you just went back to 2:10.
Okay,
You're already
2:15.
breaking up. You're already
2:15.
messing up.
Okay.
It's not like
So
that.
I'm like
You're
2:15.
losing.
I said 2:15. He's like, oh, I'm taking care of the kids and all this stuff. So I mean, Max, he hurt his back today a little bit. So I understood that. I was like, all right, cool. But as time went on, I hadn't had any water today because I've been so busy, and I was like drinking coffee this morning. I was like on the air. Now I'm thinking like, oh my God, all I want is some water. Like I'm going to die here. I felt like I was on a desert island. Like, help me, please. So I hit him up like, yo, can you please bring the water a little bit sooner or whatever? Because I'm going to be dead. And he goes, yeah, this relationship is killing me too. That's what he said to me.
Oh my God.
That's what you said to me.
Oh my God. You're like you know what you are right now?
That's what you did. You said that
Wait
to
a
me.
minute.
So then I said, you know what?
Wait a
Forget it.
Right,
I go,
okay.
I'll go in the kitchen and get a COVID cup and fill it up with water. And he goes like this, what's a COVID cup? And I go, a cup contaminated with COVID. Because we don't have any plastic cups at the station. For some reason, they got rid of all of them, and now we only have mugs. Now, he wants me to use a mug. All these people coming in and out the station.
Wow. I'm gonna tell you something. You're like a prosecutor right now because the way you just told that story.
So then he shows
you left
up.
out so many important details.
So then he shows
in
up.
order
He
to
shows up
make-
at the station
in
and he
order
goes,
to
I'm
prosecute
here.
you
He
right
goes,
now.
I'm here. That's what he goes, I'm here.
Right.
And I go, okay, leave the water near the mailbox. He goes, there's people coming in and out. I said, I don't care. I don't want to see you. So then he's like such a psycho. He waits outside with the water bottle. And so he doesn't even leave it. He waits outside with it. So I come outside. I see his car. And I'm like, what? And I said to him, I go, okay, tell me right now. Did you spit in my water? He goes, it doesn't matter because you have my spit anyway all over you. So if I spit, you already experienced it anyway. That's what he said to me.
But listen, granted, okay.
Yes, that's what he said.
All right, 2:15, okay, when you text me and we had the conversation.
Right.
By the time it ended, it was 2:30 and stuff, right? Back and forth text. So in the meantime, okay.
You were
again,
doing a lot.
Yes, you just said, so that's an hour and a half I'm telling you to wait. And
For
so,
water.
What? Not because.
I'm dying.
Wait a minute, not because.
It's summertime.
But wait a minute.
I'm dying at the
But
station.
wait a minute, not because I'm sitting down watching TV and stuff, you know what I'm saying?
Or
and
were you?
hanging out and stuff.
I
What am
pictured you in bed laying there.
What am I doing and stuff like that? My son had a problem.
Yeah, he
And
hurt
so
his back, yeah.
He hurt his back and he hurt his
Which
neck.
was really weird because he was
Yes.
just washing his hands. All of a sudden, it was like, Mommy, I hurt my
Yes.
neck, and he couldn't move. It was
So,
very strange.
I was out at work when it occurred and stuff, you know what I mean?
And you came home.
Yes.
Yeah.
And stuff. Let's grant it earlier, Jenny had to take care of him earlier that day,
Yes.
but they were begging for me.
Well, once he
was
got
like-
once
he was like, when is Dad getting home?
once he got
Then-
hurt. No, once he got hurt. Once he got hurt, he asked for him. And I'm like, well, I got this. So I sat him down and I like kind of like was trying to rub his neck and like figure it out. Like, well, how did you like strain your neck? Like you were fine a second ago. I think he slept funny or whatever. And he's like, ow, 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 don't touch my neck. Don't touch my neck. And Sasha's like, no, Mommy, don't. And she laid him down or whatever. So I kept going in to check on him and he would be like, when's Daddy coming home? And I'm like, what's the problem? Like, I got this. Like, I'm watching you right now. He's like, I would just feel better if Dad was here. So then Vic drives up and Sasha's like, oh, Dad just got home. And Max is like, this is what Max said. He said, thank God. He said, thank God. Max said, thank God. He's 9. He said, thank God.
So, wait a minute.
I'm like
okay.
an awful mother. I
Right.
really am.
So, wait a minute. So, you forgot the water bottle. And so,
I forgot the water bottle because I was overwhelmed with everything that was going on.
So you forgot the water bottle.
Yeah.
So I'm telling you to give me an hour and a half to deal with this boy and you know, and his needs and stuff. You know what I mean?
No, I know.
Before I bring the water and stuff. You know, I get it that you were parched.
I was. I was like,
this is why I keep 3 extra water bottles in my car.
which he proceeded to yell at me about in front of the radio station as I came to get my water. Why aren't you leaving any sort of water bottles in your car just in case? I was like,
we're in the middle of a pandemic.
yes, I know.
Okay.
So the other day I hit Vic with the whole I want a new dog thing, and I said I go to Vic, I go, we have to talk. So the kids are they take tennis lessons in the morning, because supposedly I want to really talk to you. So he drives up to the tennis lessons. He's like, what's going on? What do you need to talk about? So anyway, I said, I think we should get another dog. And he's just like, now he's like doing this weird thing. Like I have to be nice to him in order for him to consider it. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. He's like,
no.
I'll think about it. And I'm like, well, I think that we should just get another dog because I think it would be nice to have 2 dogs. And I really want to buy like Tony's brother or whatever because that's our dog, Tony. And I mean, I know that his mom's probably pregnant because that's what she told me. And so long story short, I go to him and he's like acting like I have to be really nice in order to consider the dog.
No, that's not it at all.
Okay.
I'm running the math in my head.
Yeah.
And so I'm running the cost of.
So this morning I made sure.
Hold on, let me finish talking.
This morning I made sure.
I'm running the cost of the dog and stuff. Of purchasing the dog. I'm running the cost of feeding the dog. I'm running the cost of taking the dog to the vet. I'm running the cost
and the groomer.
And the groomer.
Yeah.
And all that stuff. I'm running the numbers in my head.
Right.
Because we already have a dog that's been, God bless him, and he's been extremely, healthy or whatever and stuff. We haven't had no issues. So it's a commitment.
Right.
And stuff, you know what I mean? So it's not one of those fly by overnight, oh yeah, let's just get a dog. Wait, let's just get another dog or whatever type of situation. I got to think about it and stuff.
I'm excited though. I really want another dog.
I hear you talking and stuff, but I gotta run everything in my head.
So this morning I text him because like I'm trying to be nice, so he'll consider the dog, and he says, I go, hey, good morning, sweet cakes, and he goes, hey, good morning. I bought you your seltzer at the store that you like. So I'm trying to like flirt with him, and his response was that he got me some seltzer. Thank you, Vic.
I know you like the seltzer.
Thanks for the seltzer. Thank you. I think this is what happens, like when you're together too long.
Granted, though, so we haven't been on for a couple of weeks because 1 week, oh my God, the power went out.
The power was out.
Everyone know.
But we had such a good week because we sent the kids to our other daughter's house.
Yes, and
it was so I mean, we had no AC, so that sucked. And there was a lot of there was so much pressure because Vic had to go get a generator because our food was going to spoil, and we couldn't find a generator anywhere. And then he finally found one, but then it was kind of not working correctly, and he had to get it fixed. It was a whole situation. It was a whole thing.
A lot of gas fumes,
but
yes, but electricity.
The kids left for how many days were they here?
They was gone for about 4 days.
They were gone four. I think it was 4 or 5 nights.
Yes.
And we had the best. We have not been alone. Well, first of all, Max never goes anywhere because he's 9, right? So he never goes anywhere. Okay. We haven't been alone in the house or just us being alone in years. It was been years. The last time we took a trip together. February. Valentine's Day. We were at Foxwoods. That was the last time that we were alone.
Yes.
So anyway, long story short, we had the best time.
Yes.
Oh my God, we had so much fun. Vic would cook on the grill every night. We was getting drunk and whatever, and we was just we was having a good time.
Yes, it was just felt like it was good to just say Vic and Jenny for a couple
And you know
of
what was really fun? We acted out every sexual fantasies that we've had. In the last 5 years. There was so much craziness that went on. I was a maid one night. There was a lot of stuff going on. There's a lot of crazy stuff went on. It was fun. That was great.
It was good.
I went over to pick up the kids one day. I had a big hickey on my neck. The kids were like, ew. And of course I was like, your father can't keep his hands off me. It's all your father's fault.
And when the power finally came back on, I had to bribe the kids for one more night and stuff. You know, my son plays Fortnite, so I had to bribe him with some V-Bucks. And Sasha's been harassing me for the Disney Plus and stuff, you know. So
Yeah.
I finally caved in. I had to.
No, he did it deliberately.
I had to buy a night.
You did it deliberately because no, I'm going to say this is who he is. He is not a good. He's not a good father. This is what he did.
I'm not a good father.
I'm just kidding. So I went to go drop them off because they came like for a couple hours each day or whatever, but then they'd be like, oh, it's hot, I want to go back. So I went and we were leaving. You could see the crew was like in the neighborhood because I had kind of called them over. I saw them on the main road and I was like, oh, we really need help. We really need help. And so anyway, they were starting to fix everything in the neighborhood. And so I was leaving. I said, Vic, call me if they turn the electricity back on. Like, call me so I can grab up the kids' things and bring them back home or whatever, right? Yo, I was like in the driveway leaving. I'm like, let me call him just to make sure. You know what I'm saying? Like, let me just make sure that we don't have electricity still. Because we got the electricity back. Okay, I'm going to bring the kids home because they wanted to come home, you know. So anyway, I'm calling and calling. I keep calling his phone. Like, I'm calling it. I know he's right here. Like, he's right here at the house. Yo, I called him like 20 times. I'm calling him all the way.
You didn't call 20 times. Stop lying. And stuff like that. It was five missed calls
All
and
right,
stuff
all
like
right,
that.
all
So
right.
in the midst while you was doing all of that calling, the power came back on. But at the same time, I was in the middle of when the power came back on, I was in the middle of making some chicken on the grill and stuff, you know what I'm saying? And I had the generator going. I got a whole bunch of extension cords running through the house and stuff, you know. So in the middle of all of that, I got my neighbor coming to ring the bell to tell me that the power's back on. And so I know it already. And so, you know what I'm saying? So I was in the process of, you know, within 20 minutes doing a lot of things. So I wasn't paying attention to my phone. And then once I saw the call and stuff, I was about to call you and you walked through the door.
Right. So I drove up and I saw the lights were on.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh my God, now I got to go back and get these kids. You know what I'm saying? I don't really feel like and bribe them so that they would be gone for another night.
Yeah. It was just one night. They was already comfortable. Plus two, I wanted to make sure that the power didn't go back off. This was crazy.
Yeah,
You
right.
know,
But
this was a situation, you know, 5 days without power. Oh my God.
Yeah, it was bad.
You know, granted, yes, I was blessed to get have a generator and stuff, but that only covered the food. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it was hot.
You know,
It was
the
hot.
refrigerator in the deep freezer.
It was hot. But it was
know?
good. You all
And the
right?
fan. Yeah, I'm good.
It went down the wrong. It went down the wrong pipe. Yeah, so that happened.
Yeah.
And then we decided too that we were going to like maybe start painting some of the house, like do the inside since we haven't really been doing too much. And the other night I said to Vic, I go, Vic.
I never decided that. What
So
are you
I said,
talking
no,
about?
listen.
You've not been doing too much.
Listen, I said to
I've been
Vic,
doing a
I
lot.
go, can we paint the kitchen? Because my kitchen is like this green that we painted it a long time ago when we first moved in here, like a long time ago, like 2003. So I'm like, yo, we should update the paint in the kitchen or whatever. He goes like this to me. He goes, will that make you happy? And I go, yeah. And he goes, happy forever? And I was like, what? And he's like, if I paint the kitchen, will that make you happy forever?
Forever, ever. And stuff, you know.
And I was like, that was a weird question.
Well, it wasn't a weird question.
Yeah. And I said to him, I go, well, who's happy forever?
So, you know what?
Like, who's happy forever?
Well, God, at least we can get at least 8 hours out of it.
Like, if you paint
I'm
the
not even asking for 24 hours.
If you paint the kitchen, I have to be happy for 8 hours?
Can I get an 8-hour shift? Can I get a 9 to 5 out of it? And stuff, you know what I'm saying? Because once you do, oh yeah, I'm happy with this. As soon as that's done, you're like, oh yeah, but this needs to this too. And stuff, you know, we on to the next thing. And instead of just basking in the accomplishment of what we got done and stuff, you know. And as far as painting the kitchen, we always turns to me. And so, so the conversation, the idea, the thought always starts out as we. But once we get to the picking of the color starts out, it continues as we. But once we get down to the work and everything like that, that turns into me all of a sudden and stuff. And we got other stuff to do.
Well, painting is boring. That's why I don't really like to draw. I always get excited. Like, I'm like, yes, let's paint. And then we start doing it and it's boring. It's very boring.
Yes. And so, but she cuts halfway through.
Right.
You gotta finish the job. You know what I mean? So that's it. So yes, again, something else I have to consider.
Yeah. Hi. Hello. Hello.
I don't know. They
No.
look like they're frozen.
I
Are they
think they might be
Are they
frozen.
frozen in time?
I think they are frozen.
They're stuck
And it seems,
in the temp.
yeah. Which brings me to like, I was thinking today, like before the summer's over, we should go out like on a date.
A date would be great.
Because some people are like, I mean, I feel like we haven't been anywhere. We went to one restaurant one time in Rhode Island when it was my mom's birthday.
Yes.
We have not, and that was outside. We have not been we have gone nowhere. So I just like one night would be nice for us to go out.
Yes. Absolutely. You know, I mean,
Somewhere not too crowded because it's like I'm not going to be dealing with people breathing all over me and my food. Do you want to do that before the summer's over?
Absolutely.
Really? I'm surprised you're saying that because you've been like really against that.
Yeah, well, because it's a different type of time. We're in the middle of a pandemic. It's not over.
Right.
And stuff. It's far from over.
Yeah.
You know, and so,
Just be careful.
Yeah, going out and about. Yeah, I mean, it's just not.
Some people are acting like there's no pandemic going on.
I know. Yeah, I can't deal with those.
Yeah, I can't deal with either.
So, you know what I mean? But the whole situation as far as like, you got to wear a mask. You got to make sure you got your hand sanitizer. You got to make sure you got your wipes. You got to make sure everything. It's a whole process and stuff. You know what I mean? Not that you shouldn't have.
But would you feel comfortable eating out?
It's something I'd have to,
think about.
Yeah,
it depends on the right spot, right?
Yeah, I have to come to terms. Everything's got to be in line and
Right.
stuff, because again, people are dying.
Like some people went back to the movies today. 15-cent movies. They had 15-cent movies today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stuff,
they went to the movie theater.
It won't be me, and that's something the movies I love and stuff. I'm a movie buff and stuff. Sure, I go there in the matinee and spend all day there.
Yeah.
And night. And stuff, but yeah, it's just the feeling and stuff. You know what I mean? It's not as natural as before. Well,
you have to worry about like the ventilation.
Yeah, you got there's so many.
Supposedly, they're pumping in air from outside.
Right, and so there's so many variables. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and you don't want to
you
see sick and dying because of something
right.
that you could have avoided.
Right, and then you want to still have the balance and stuff,
right,
what I mean?
You want to have the balance.
To live your life.
Right,
You don't want to live your life in fear of everything.
Yeah.
And stuff, So, I mean, I just find you just got to take, you just got to simplify.
Right.
You know what I mean? Things have to be simple.
I do want to say, though, during this time, I feel like we've really, tapped into our family a lot more. We spend a lot more family time. We all spend more time together, and we've really...
Yeah.
We really appreciate that time. We appreciate the time that we do spend with our friends. We have a select few friends that come over, and I feel like...
Yeah, we have fun.
Yeah,
so,
it's
things just to sit around and laugh. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's pretty much...
Laughing is good.
Right.
Laughing soothes the soul. You know what I mean? It's easy, laugh and love.
Right.
Laugh and love. Why not? It's easy. It's so much harder for people to love people, but it's so easy for people to hate people. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But you gotta try to laugh and love. And just.
I think he's gonna have a T-shirt line. Laugh and love.
Laugh and love. Just try to appreciate the the little things and the simple things.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's where I'm at with it.
Like I said before,
we spend a lot of time with the kids now. Not that we didn't, but they're not running on to 100 activities. We had Max at one point at taekwondo 4 days a week, and then he was doing this. I feel like he'd be doing football, and then he was doing that, and crazy. It was nuts. We're always picking up and dropping off the kids, or they would be with their friends.
Right.
The older kids never wanted to hang. They'd always want to be with their friends. They always was off doing other stuff. Now, even the older kids now, they want to hang out.
Right.
They're oh, are you guys cooking out? I want to come swim in the pool with you guys. It's nice. It's different. It's a lot. This pandemic is a lot more like when we were growing up, because when I was growing up, we didn't do a lot. You know what I'm saying? There wasn't anything too extravagant going on because my parents didn't have money like that. So it was a lot of at home time, family time, and I really appreciate that we're kind of going back to that time, because it got to be really hard to keep up, and it's financially, it was hard to keep up too. I felt, I was constantly, so it's things that feel to me a lot simpler now, because we're not always running around. We're not.
You're just enjoying life.
Yeah.
And stuff a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Yes, we are in the middle of a pandemic.
Right.
Let's not forget that people are dying.
Yeah.
Still, and things are crazy. The world's crazy right
Well,
now.
they said today, I said on the air today, 6 UConn football players have COVID. They tested positive for COVID. So
Right.
they already said they weren't going to compete, but now it's like they can't even like practice together or do whatever they're doing, calisthenics or because 6 of them already they have COVID. It's like that's really scary.
Yes.
That's really scary. So
and then the school situation.
the school situation, yeah.
Oh my God, it's just a lot.
It was really heartbreaking for us to make the decisions that we had to make for school. Right. So we chose not to send our kids back. So, but you feel like you want.
I mean, I feel like also too. Again, it's been since March. Since things got crazy for some people earlier in different countries. Earlier,
yeah,
different,
depending where they live,
depending on where you are, and depending on who you are. But again, what are we in? What are we in August right now? So what has it been like 5-6 months? Yeah, it seems like a long time, but it's actually not.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. You try to again try to get a sense of normalcy and stuff, back and stuff, what I'm saying, that you had. But, and at the same time, you can't overwhelm yourself and stuff with
right,
it.
yeah.
You know what I mean? You can't go overboard, because it's only been since March.
Right.
It hasn't even been a year. You're trying to get yourself to a situation where you want to live many, many, many years.
Right.
So if I got to deal with this for like a year,
right,
it's a short bid.
Right.
You know what I mean? I'm not saying that it's going to be just over in a year, but at least let me get, let's see what happens.
I agree.
Let's get out of let's get through 2020 and, get to 2021.
Yeah.
2020 can kiss my ass and stuff like that. I can't wait for
Hi.
2021.
Hi, Jenny.
Hi, what's your name?
How you doing? I'm Shamai.
Hi, it's very nice to meet you. I'm Jenny.
I'm good.
Beck.
I'm the head journalist at Bloomfield High. You guys came to my school when my basketball team played Windsor. I met Kid. I took a picture with Kid Fresh.
How you doing?
I'm good. How's your quarantine and coronavirus thing going?
It's been we both put on a little weight. So actually
Me too. I can't fit into my suits. I wear suits every day at the school, and I can't fit into them. No.
He did better than me because he started losing some weight like now, but me,
I started, but then it was a bear in my neck of the woods, and I said, I'm not exercising no more. I'm not walking no more.
That's the excuse, right? The bear?
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
Cool. Now,
that could be the exercise right there.
Running
you
from
can
the
ride
bear.
your bike.
I'm okay. I like to live.
Yeah. We're not.
See how fast you can go to get away from the bear.
I'm saying don't too bad because no. So anyway, do you still go to Bloomfield?
I still go. I'm an incoming junior.
Oh, okay. Nice.
Yeah.
Are you going to be going to school or are you going to be home?
I'm doing virtual. My mom wants to see how it is until Christmas break.
Okay.
And then maybe I could go back.
That's very smart.
Yes. Yeah, that's very smart. I think most parents should do that.
Well, that's what we chose.
Yeah.
That because we decided, you just don't know what's what.
Yeah.
Conference calls.
Especially for little kids. That's even like worse. Like, because they can't even keep their masks on.
Yeah, our daughter's gonna be a senior. This is pretty sad because she wanted.
Oh yeah.
But it is what it is, right?
Yeah, you gotta live and then die before you could graduate high school.
Right. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. You gotta look at it like this is just only a year.
Yeah.
You gotta get through this. You're trying to get to many, 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 many more years after that.
Yeah. Definitely.
Kudos to your parents.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah. I've been covering this. I've been doing my show from home. I start airing the show September 8th.
What is it?
BHS News. It's right in my Instagram. BHS News with Shamai Cook. That's what it's called. I had interviewed the governor before.
Nice.
I had interviewed my mayor of Bloomfield before. I think she came to the studio before, Mayor Suzette DeBeathan Brown, but you weren't there.
Okay.
I don't think so. Yeah. And I interviewed some state representatives. Yeah.
It's good for you.
I mean, can I?
Yeah, of course. Yes, I would love to interview you. I would love to. We gotta set something up. Or you can interview me. I could promote the show on the radio. That would be great.
Now we have to.
No. We could. Listen, you do something for me. I do.
A little give and take.
He froze.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I'm back. I'm back.
How old are you?
I'm 16.
16. Look at him. You're 16. You're a smart young man.
Thank
You're
you. Thank you.
16. You're thinking outside the box and stuff.
Yeah.
You know, that's it. There you go. Promote
Yeah.
yourself.
Jenny, yeah, I'm gonna definitely hit you up on the DMs. I gotta set up an interview.
I never do any interviews. I don't like to answer any questions because I've been asking people questions for so long. So
Yeah.
to have someone ask me some questions.
Yeah, it's good.
I know. Ask me like people like all these podcasts will hit me up like, yo, let me interview you, and I'm like, I don't know, because I like to be the one asking the questions. Like,
it's better on that side of the
I
table.
will welcome an interview from you for BHS.
Thank you so much. That would be excellent. Thank you so much.
I know he's about to get off this and be like, yo, I didn't even want to interview her. Like,
no. This will be great for the show. No, this is great. I would love to interview you.
He's like, I don't even want
He's like, I just wanted to say hi.
I just want to say hi. Like, no one cares.
I just wanted to tell him I ain't going back to school either.
Like,
no, it's fine. It's fine.
Like, I don't want to interview this old bitch.
That's my mama telling me to do that.
All right, well, it's nice to meet you. I'll see you later.
I'm gonna hit you up on the DMs, okay?
Okay, slide in those
DMs. Okay.
Bye.
Okay, bye.
Oh my gosh, that was funny.
Yeah, well, now that's good. He's 16.
I have to have an interview for myself. Hey, I'm moving up in this world, right?
That's it. He's 16 years old.
No, that's good. Yeah.
You know, he's thinking outside the box. You know, he could be out here doing something worse.
That's for sure.
You know, so
it's a nice interview show. That's good.
You know, so that's it. I'm proud of him. You know?
I don't think I've ever interviewed. I've interviewed Mayor Luke Bronin, but I haven't interviewed like the governor. I wonder. But he seems like he's such a gentle soul. I don't even know.
Okay.
Yeah.
But you've interviewed a lot of people. I'm sure you know in the past.
I was thinking about that today because it's National Radio Day.
Yes.
Okay, so we were talking about it today, like, and so my favorite interview, like, oh god, there's been so many, but it's not okay. I don't know if it's my favorite, but one of my favorite interviews ever was at the Grammys.
Okay.
And it was LL Cool J.
Okay.
Sat down. And that's when Meek Mill and Wale also walked over to be interviewed. So I interviewed all three of them at the same time at the Grammys. That was really one of my favorite interviews of all time because they hadn't met each other, but they all really, come on, it's LL Cool J, right?
Yes.
So like they're like starstruck,
right?
Meek Mill and Wale. And LL's like, yo, I really respect your music, like, and knew their like all their music. And just watching the interaction between the three, that was really one of my favorite interviews of all time.
Okay.
Another interview where I tried to do that was Mario.
Okay.
Walked over, and he sat down, and then Jodeci came over. So Jodeci, and so I'm thinking, wow, like this is gonna happen again. I'm thinking like this is gonna happen again, like older meets newer, you know? Do you know that Mario got up and didn't want to be interviewed, like didn't want to interview with Jodeci at the time because I think he was nervous or whatever. So he got up and walked away.
Yeah, he probably was.
It didn't work out like I wanted.
Jodeci, you know,
they're big time.
Yeah.
But he came back afterwards and interviewed.
Yeah. Not that Mario is, you know, not a great artist.
He's an extraordinary artist.
Yeah, extraordinary, you know.
But it just didn't work out the way I thought.
Yeah, absolutely.
I thought it was going to work out.
I'm gonna tell you. Can I tell you what my favorite interview of yours is?
What?
Favorite interview you ever did, and stuff to me is my favorite interview is the time we went down to Yonkers.
Oh, and interviewed the Lox.
Yes, we interviewed the Lox. You interviewed the Lox or whatever.
In the recording studio.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we was there probably for about at least like 4 hours.
It was a long time, yeah.
Yes, and stuff, and we were just hanging out.
Yeah.
We were just hanging out, and you know they were doing what they were doing, and it was just a lot of love. I mean, it's always love with them.
Right, absolutely.
You know, so you know that just when you had Styles, Jada, you know,
Cheat.
Right next
everybody
to each
was
other.
there.
Yeah, something like that. You know, we were all just in the room, and you know, they were just extremely open, you know, and honest, and you know what I mean. And it was just, you know, it didn't even feel forced or anything like that. It just flowed and stuff, you know. So that was like that. I would say that would be like my favorite interview.
That was fun. Yeah. Sometimes interviews.
You've had so many.
So many interviews, though. Sometimes, well, I mean, not so many, but sometimes interviews feel almost like
Mhm.
like painful to do, you know,
Yeah.
because like when I interview folks, I would ask, like I ask real questions, and so it almost like I remember like me and Dej Loafer in New York doing an interview. And so afterwards I said to her, like, I know it feels like you like threw up or something, because it's like, I was asking her, all the stuff that I wanted to know. And so sometimes it's like, it's hard, you know?
Yes, absolutely.
It's like, it's a hard situation
Right.
interviewing folks, but
Yeah, because sometimes you have good relationships with these people.
yeah, and you have to ask these
Yeah,
questions, and you're like,
because you're in an entertainment industry.
yeah, and people expect you to ask real questions when you
Yeah.
interview somebody.
Right.
So
And stuff, but there's a line. There's a line, that you always.
no, I'm not sure.
No, I think so. I think there's a line that you've always been able to manage and stuff. You know what I mean? As far as
some people have not liked
know.
me very much afterwards.
Yeah, but and stuff. Sometimes
I felt like I had to do my job.
Yeah.
And I was never really worried about like that whole industry, like relationship thing. Some people like really like that. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like, and maybe I should have kept my relationships better over the years. I don't know.
Right.
I mean, I have people that I'm cool with. We're good. You know what I'm saying? But
Right.
not everyone's always liked me because of it. So, but it was the name of the game, right? It was what it was. So
Yeah. And so, we had fun along the way.
absolutely. I had fun, but I also at times, especially being younger in the game, second guess a lot of stuff that would happen.
Yeah.
And worry about it. Like, oh my God, I think they're going to be mad at me because I asked that question during the interview, or
Yeah.
I would be like, I would feel so much anxiety over it.
Right.
But now.
But it wouldn't even show because you're so great at it.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah.
I would just get home and be like, Vic, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. I don't think they like me anymore.
Oh, another favorite.
It's okay. Go ahead.
Another favorite interview of mine, and it just had to be the way we shot it. I remember when we were in New Haven, right? Oh, there we go. Oh,
hi.
Yo, what up?
Hi, young Freezy.
What's going on? How y'all doing?
Yeah, you and your girl been getting down and dirty.
Oh my God, lately, yeah.
You were bragging. We're all like, we were mad. We were like, young Freezy's never coming on the show again. We were mad. We were hating. We were jealous.
Don't hate. I shouldn't hate though. I mean, it's all good now. I mean, kind of busy. We're busy right now. Kids are doing stuff. Well, I'm not getting none now, so it's like I feel how y'all feel.
That's over. Wait, so where are you located again?
Washington State.
Washington,
right?
right?
Yes, on the West Coast.
You're in Washington State, not Washington, D.C., right?
Yeah, Washington State. And I was going to say one of my favorite interviews. It's an underrated interview that you did. I know we're talking about something completely different. I was listening. The Jay Mills interview you did a few years back.
Oh.
Yes. I'm a big Jay Mills fan. Like,
I love Jay Mills.
Absolutely.
He's like really, really one of my favorite people in the industry. He's been like, that's what I'm talking about. Like,
good people.
There's a few people that I just know are good people. You know what I'm saying? And he's definitely one of them. He kept it real. And and he's so underrated as a lyricist. And you know what Jay Mills was doing, right? Because he was working for Young Money for so long. So he was a part of that team. So people always be like, yo, Jay Mills, he didn't ever really come out with a lot. It's because they utilized him to make other people, famous. And he won't admit that. He won't admit that, which I love about Jay too. But it's like, I believe that that's the deal.
Yeah, and Jay Mills put out some classics. He put out Dead Presidents. He put out some worthwhile mixtapes. It's just he's super underrated.
Yeah.
But he put out some fire mixtapes. Yeah. I've been a huge fan since like.
I want to put in that class too. I want to put in that category Corey Guns as well.
Oh, of course, Corey Guns. I mean, the story. I heard stories of like his dad used to kick when he was younger. He used to kick him out the studio if his rhyme was trash. Get out. Yeah. So I know about.
And he was in the same situation as Jay too over there at Young Money. So they've been doing very well for themselves over there. But yeah. Jay is a fascinating person, and I really should interview him again. I love that you gave me that idea.
Yes, he has a podcast now. His podcast is hilarious.
Oh, it is? Okay.
What is it called? The Loud?
I did know. I follow him. I don't know. I guess I didn't know that. So I'll have to. I'll
I
have
think it's the Loud Opinions podcast. He's been doing that, so it's really funny. So he's been doing that. Him and his friends, they just talk about current events and stuff like that. But
yeah, I'm gonna have to hit him up then.
yeah, for sure, it's a dope podcast.
Oh, nice.
Gotcha.
I'm glad you told me that. I'm actually
That's-
gonna text them.
I said, what you over there eating, man? What's going on? You ain't done it?
Looks like a piece of fruit.
Oh, okay. All
apple.
right, there you go. You got to
Or
walk
peach,
in there.
apple or peach, yeah.
I love peaches.
I was just over there talking about how big I got the last few months, so maybe I need to eat a peach.
Hey, you gotta do what you gotta do.
Hey, I know I've been gaining some weight.
It's hard because it's like I be drinking too, and I be trying not to drink during the week, but sometimes I be like,
Yeah.
I
Sometimes
know.
there's cause to drink.
I get home and I'm like, damn, I'm just start pouring wine. Me and him got super drunk off wine like 2 nights ago. We're such horrible people.
Yeah,
No, it's all good.
I went for a bite.
All right, well, I got so drunk. Yo, he always does that. He gets drunk or whatever, and then he goes and takes a bike ride. He's like, I'm going for a bike ride. I'm like, yo, you're drunk.
I said,
But okay.
I had some music. I was listening. I had some DMX. I had some DMX rocking. And you know what I'm saying? I was good to go.
Yeah.
And shit like,
There you go.
All right,
Yeah.
I know. He'll never learn.
hey,
All right, well, you tell your girl I said hi, okay?
Yes, I certainly will. You guys, I
Yeah.
love this. I'm glad I remembered it was Thursday. So I got to remember to tune in every Thursday. So,
Yeah, we weren't on the last couple weeks. We went, we had the whole power outage here.
yes.
oh, yeah.
Last week we took the kids fishing.
Yes. It was. Yeah.
We went on a boat.
fishing.
We went on a boat.
I hadn't been fishing in 36 years and stuff. I've only been fishing twice in my life. You know what I mean? And that was the second time with my kid's first one or whatever.
Oh,
So,
of course.
so it caught a couple of
We got a lot of
fish.
fish. It was good.
You know,
It was
that's
fun.
Yeah, I cooked
Yeah.
that. You know.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
We got some lobster too, right? Oh God! So listen to me. I forgot, right? So after the lobster, people remember this because I fucked up. And so right, and the lobster, the guts after you eat it, I put it in the garbage and stuff, right?
In the
In the garage and stuff. You know what I'm saying? The next day, the garage, I walked in there. It was like I walked into a force field. I was like, oh. I'm like, what is that? I had to go grab the pine saw and start sprinkling it all over the garbage. Let's get it out. So please, if you get lobster, when you eat lobster, when you get it, take it and dump it somewhere at a gas station or something like that or whatever. Don't leave
Get it away
it in
from
your
your house.
garbage at your house.
That's a good thing. No, that's a good
Yes,
thing.
guy pop a package off and
Yes.
went in front of the garage with it. It was like, oh,
Yeah,
like,
I told him. I was like, yeah, just drop it right there. I wasn't thinking. He walked up. He was.
I was like, he probably thinks our
One of
house
those.
smells like that.
Yeah, one of those. Is that, you know what I'm saying? You know, it was one of those like you ever notice like what you ever remember like when you in the club and you go say what's up to somebody and they come say what's up to you and they get right up to you and you're
Ooh.
like oh my God. Like that. You know what I'm saying?
You want to put gum in your mouth. You're like
You need like mint and you got like mint mixed with shit.
All right. Young Priest, it was nice talking to you. Bye. Okay.
bye.
Dump your lobster.
Oh my God. Like, what are we dealing with here?
Yeah. So anyway, all right. So before you jumped in, I was saying my favorite, another one of my interviews I love that we did is that time we were in New Haven and we had like the little camera and we went after the show. We was in the car with Jim Jones.
Oh, yeah.
And I was filming on the little camera.
Okay, yeah.
With no light.
Right. There's no light.
There was no light.
It's just me and Jim. No light. It was
and
weird.
I was holding the camera.
Yeah.
And I was recording or whatever, stuff like that. You know,
We didn't have any expert equipment.
Yeah,
We
small.
like
Small.
No.
We just jumped off or whatever stuff. You know what I mean? But that interview came out so great. That
well,
was
a
the
lot
crazy
of
thing.
a lot of websites picked it
Yes.
up because because what the things he was saying
Yeah.
were so controversial.
Yeah.
Because it's Jim Jones, and Jim Jones just speaks from the heart. Like
Yeah.
he just keeps it real all the time, and that's why he's really one of the best people ever to interview.
Yeah.
He just speaks from the heart. So yeah, and I was like, dang, people like actually picked this interview up, like all these websites, and they were like, yeah, because he was saying such controversial stuff, like he was just keeping it real. So
And if
That
you
was a
see,
good time.
yes, and the camera I shot it on was so small. Oh my God, it was crazy. That's it.
Yeah. All right. Well, I guess it's time for us to go
Yes.
because it's been an hour. But thank you so much for tuning in, and we will definitely be back next Thursday at 7 o'clock.
All right. Thank you. Good night. God bless. Bless the summer stars.
Bye.